and I threatened him.
Yes.
But then he warned me. So it stayed with me. Because there's a difference between a threat and a warning. Yes. But now there's this word wopendaga kutumia. Disabuse.
Right.
So nikamwa since niko nini and you talk bullshit. Lazima ningekuuliza umesikia histo nini nani posted something Otile Brown.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was dissing he was dissing BN.
Right.
Afu ikafanya msekami nikasema like ile like ingekuwa sijui kitu kama niko like anaitwa nani he Otile this then abused then abused BN so
it threatened then warned.
Yes
Yeah.
So now history ya Otile and BN, if you are as a musician if you are to pick a side, whose side would you lean on?
There's no side. I think what that is showbiz.
Yeah.
Otile is one of the biggest artists in the country.
Okay.
Bruh. Like let's give it to Otile Brown.
Yeah.
BN as well. So I think it's
but
just
to musicianship now. Ile iko nini?
Again, and not just me naangalianga music very differently. That's why I don't participate in these online discussions, because I think people approach music in a very stupid way.
Okay.
In the sense that unasikia mtu akiongelea bongo vibaya, and I'm like, bruh, one of the hardest bops I've ever had, like just from East Africa, is a bongo song.
Yeah.
Just even just on the musicality, and it's a it's like a Ninogeshe.
Nino
Geshe has such a drag to the beat. If you deconstruct it as a musician, there's a way the beat lands just when it's about to end, and you can compare it to like a French writer called Stromae. Stromae does also like those kinds of things. So for me, in my head, I'm like, I can't participate because a lot of people, and this is going to sound hella proud, but I'm like, the way people discuss music in the online space is very mundane, and I'm like, I can't participate because this is child's play. So because if I look at Otile Brown's music and BN's music, one, it's unfair to compare them because they do different genres. Two, if I were to go deeper, if we flipped their producers, we'd have totally different emotions.
Yes.
Yeah, just depending on what it is that you're going for. Both of them are heroes in my books.
Okay.
I resonate with BN more in the sense that Sauti Sol is a group we used to sing for our chicks when we were in high school. But bro.
Okay. Because I think even like another thing I need to make clear is Otile didn't come out clearly,
right?
But you could see because he talked about this musician who wasted an opportunity while working with Inda. I guess it was Prince Inda.
Yes.
And then kwa comments, one of the reasons why I was asking you is this: kwa comments, someone said, Otile, you might be good, but you never reach the level of musicianship of BN because your live performances are not there. And I don't know if you've watched the two of them on stage.
No, I have, and I think
BN is
an animal for sure.
That's an experience.
Yeah.
Otile on the other side, mtu anakuwaga like, you're Otile Brown.
But what is musicianship really? It's not about the performance, is it?
No, the performance is important.
It's just
kuna kuwaga na ile yako tu ile tunakuonaga like you get obsessed. You get possessed.
But utapata kuna msee mwenye ananisikia na anafikiria mimi ni mkuu na anasikia Adele pia.
Yeah. But Adele, you see, Adele performs on stage. You understand that?
But does she dance?
I think that's the mistake.
We're talking about like the vocal range and whatnot.
Because Otile, normally it's playback.
Yeah.
And when it's not playback, he's very rigid on stage.
Right.
You see, if you're rigid and it's not playback, we understand. Because we have people who are very wild on stage. Like Zuchu, for example. And
Diamond, man. Diamond is a beast.
Yes. But now for Diamond, the problem I have is I didn't come to watch you dance. I came to watch you sing. So I don't need this playback shit.
I mean, again, that's the other which I could have pushback on. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for. Because kuna msee mwenye atasikiza cover ya Otile hata ikiwa sijui imemixiwa aje na DJ. So I think about it as almost as if trying to say this person is more eloquent than this person.
Okay.
So in my head, I hate those comparisons because I'm like, first of all, we've in terms of eloquence, so I'll tie that to like musicianship. Someone feels as though if you don't have inflections that come from like the local dialects, that you're more eloquent.
Yeah.
Bro, I know really smart people who have like a bit of the accent. Influence, and in my head, that sounds so good. There's a babe called Nangami Masaha. There's quite recently in this Mandamano, there's a comrade called Comrade Kenuthia Wandongo. I speaks, bro. We listen. Akina Wanjira, Akina Masimasai, Akina. There are so many people who speak, and I'm like, man, these guys are smart.
Yeah.
So like with those kinds of things, it's the same thing where I would be like, it's not, the vocal quality is not the same, and the work of music is to portray emotions using sound, because a painter paints on a canvas or on a wall, the musician paints on silence. So for me, it's never been necessarily about how do you sound. It's about, are you able to convey an emotion that I know of into song. So I would, if I look at them, I'm like, it's first of all unfair to compare them. It's unfair because BN also, remember them being in a boy band, they were very heavily leaning onto the side of live performances as compared to Otile, who did most of his work on studio. So we find another person and we could compare maybe and say, there's places where BN would shine more, there's places where Otile would shine more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this means that for you, as we disabuse
ourselves of the idea that we can critique music effectively.
Yes. Yeah. So kwako inamaanisha the live element does not play so much, because this is what I've been when I've talked about Diamond, Mubongajo, the fact that I feel he'd be a bigger global star. He's very big. Like Diamond is huge, but he'd be bigger if he worked more on his live shows, because if you look at Diamond's tickets when he goes abroad, he struggles to sell tickets. And at some point, when Akina Nasema Nawe came out, you remember that song?
Yes.
He used to pack. But then people noticed this guy comes to do playback, alafu he just dances on stage.
I think he would
so they never, because if you've watched Adele, like use Adele as an example, Adele will even stop, have a conversation, curse, then hit a note, then sing. That, so we come for that experience.
Right.
Like even one of my favorite musicians, I don't know if you've listened to him, is called Jacob Banks.
Okay, no. Okay, I haven't. Now I have a person to add to my...
Jacob Banks, he'll never do the same performance. Like the song, the way he does, he has a hit called Unknown.
Yeah.
The way he does Unknown today, the way he does it tomorrow, totally different.
Absolutely.
But he might put it kule juu kabisa. So when you go to a concert alafu it's playback, especially such a big artist, you're there like, damn man, this is...
It's true, but Diamond would be a bigger star if you are a white man, if we're just going to be honest. He's not going global because he's black.
No. I tell you, hiyo nita-argue hiyo, ni juu ya Sauti Sola wanapack concerts, wanapack halls wakiwa huko. Who else? Of course, Burna Boy na kina Wizkid. People can use English, but they speak very little English.
Right.
So we can't use that as an excuse. I just feel like for him, the fact that he never performs live, he just dances. I'm not coming for the dance. I'm coming for the voice.
Okay.
Like, for me, he's a great singer. Like, I've had people talk shit like, oh, Ali Kiba is better. I feel like they're both at the same level. But Ali Kiba performs.
Okay.
Mbosso performs.
Okay.
Diamond, Rayvanny,
so basically
Zuchu is even worse.
What's a fit type record?
Yeah, like Zuchu does nothing on stage. I've never seen a Nandi, really. What we're doing in Nogesha is a Nandi song.
It's a Nandi hit.
I've never seen Nandi, but for me, that's the reason why Kenya beats TZ hands down is live concerts. Like, have you seen the images coming from Blackets and Wine? It's like crazy.
Yeah, but you could argue that also TZ has some very heavy hitting artists, just in terms of performance. Brother.
But now sasa akina Saida Karoli
wako still no like
kukuchu
wanaweza but no, I see if you think about it because you have to look at it holistically even nitaka hivi chini niseme it's like someone saying Tanzania has better gospel music than Kenya. I'm just saying live performance. Yeah, we just see more of them on YouTube. They've invested more in showing us their live performance aspect, and you would see that we are also borrowing a lot. I think when they got into the industry, they focused on the thing that generated most revenue for them. And I'm pretty sure that if Diamond said that I want to work with a live band, like he would hit. And I know this because we play Diamond songs in our live gigs, meaning that he's generating hits that can be played live.
Yes. And that's I think tuna agree on that.
I see the convergence. You feel like it would be bigger.
The only problem ni saizi ukiniambia Makoure sings Diamond live on stage.
Itaja.
Uniambie Diamond sings Diamond. Si ati itaja. Mi nitakuja kwa yako because I know you're going to perform.
Okay.
Him, I know he's going to play me the same shit I have at home, but then dance on stage.
Like, I see what you mean. But also remember, also just to give it a bit of pushback. At some point, that was the hottest thing. People wanted that
playback.
like that Jason Derulo, Chris Brown type thing, and Diamond can really hold his own against these people.
But
like I've seen him
perform.
live do that whole thing.
But they perform.
But to be
Chris Brown
fair,
performs.
yeah, no, for sure. But to be fair, also, you know, if you're performing, and this is, let's not isolate the dance from the singing.
Yes.
The singing is just one aspect, very small aspect,
yeah,
because he's an entertainer as well. So it has to be flashy, it has lights, and if you're doing those kinds of moves, your vocals could be distorted. So he looks. I think my reasoning would be, and I'm saying this as a live musician,
Yes.
would be, it would be harder for you could distort the vocals with the dance. So I'm like, yeah, I would rather compromise this. I'm not advocating for, if you say it's a live music concert,
it's
please,
live.
for the love of God, come and sing live. Yeah, but I also extend a bit of grace. So I never, that's why I never go into that direction.
Then utakuwa very good politician.
Yeah, I mean